Welcome to part 1 of making my surron not suck anymore.
I'm taking off the supermoto setup and putting on a dirt setup for as cheap as possible. And by cheap, I mean that this was just a spring of the moment kind of thing, and I'm not purchasing anything new. The tire is an old worn out 250 dirt bike tire that I had laying around, and since it was a spring of the moment project, I didn't film putting the tire on. I did pop the tube, and the only way I could get it to hold air was by tightening the valve stem down all the way. What I was just doing is a process called dishing. This is where you loosen one side of the spokes, tighten the other side to move the entire wheel off center. The reason you do this is because the chain on a surron runs inside the swing arm and makes contact with the tire tread. You can use a screwdriver on this, but since we already have a tire on, it makes this option obsolete. So instead we're forced to use a crescent wrench. If you're going to try dishing a wheel, I'd invest in a spoke wrench. It's 13/64 for the size of the stock surron spokes. I loosened the right side spokes by 3 turns. Now I'm tightening the left side by 3 turns. Keep track of how many times you loosen and tighten the spokes so that the wheel will stay pretty true. If you need to retrue the wheel though, you can use your finger and spin the wheel to keep it dead on. Now we just have to throw the chain on and trim a slight amount off the tread of the tire so that it will clear. If you don't want to trim any of the tire, you could use a 19 by 90 by 100 tire. I'm putting on a 19 by 90 by 110, so it's a bit wider, hence why I have to trim it. I definitely would recommend using a 100 wide tire because it's a huge pain trimming the tire off with a razor blade. It took me about 35 minutes. I'd recommend using a worn out tire so that the tread won't hit the top of the swing arm. Also, if you've ever seen pictures of surrons and they aren't running a kickstand, it's because the spring on the kickstand hits the edge of the tire tread, so we'll have to remove that, which is kind of annoying. But now with that complete, we can go take it for a rip, and oh my gosh, this thing hooks. It absolutely rips. Now we just gotta throw on the dirt front tire, so stay tuned for next video.